Welcome back to another episode of the Todos Toman podcast. Muchachos, how are you guys doing? Do I sound sick? I did not sound sick for like 3 seconds.
He's here.
That's true. That's true.
um, no, we're back. We're here. It's another week, another episode. Miguel, he has the flashing light in the back. It looks
Like
kind of
here.
cool with the other light that you have there for your other side projects, I guess.
Oh, the porn light, dude. No, it's a tank,
I
dude.
didn't want to call it that, but
Yeah, dude. So
But it makes
for
sense.
those that don't know, Tank he does an OnlyFans, and he has his setup over here. Like we rent the same space, dude. So
see, I'm my only tank, no?
Only thing. Because it's only me, no? Like no subscribers, so it's just me. Like,
Let's see, but
but
Aquí
so
tenemos también a
it is
Tank.
positive content though.
Ya ves? Power of positivity. And Johnny Boy.
Yo.
Muchachos, let's kick things off. ¿Qué están tomando?
So I am drinking, not to be confused by its cousin. I am drinking Buffalo Trace, not Buffalo Trace, as some people might find it. But yeah, just that on ice. That's yes,
Nice,
se me
nice.
acabó the old fashioned, but yeah, I gotta get more, dude.
Wow. Was I was left. Apparently, I guess I didn't know, but I was left last time with one of their little Samsung.
Okay, la bonitas.
But I did notice. Shout out to one of the primos here from my girl, se llama Carlos. He saved up a little bit of. I guess he had bought different things to try.
Oh,
Have you guys
damn,
tried the
okay.
Arizona hard
No,
iced tea? No. Okay. Well, I haven't
I don't
tried
think
it.
I
either.
even
Seen it,
seen
never
them.
tried it.
no.
Yeah, seen it, never tried it.
Okay, so he saved me this one, which is the lemon flavor, and then he saved me a peach flavor. And then finally, I never seen this. This is don't they have like a soda thing for the that looks
Oh
like
yeah,
this?
What is
something cactus, no?
Yes.
See, no?
Yeah, I
Okay.
seen it only on
Is it
TikTok
a-
because I believe it's only like in the California area that they have it,
Esto?
like
Okay.
the soda thing
X
like you
Brewery
mentioned.
or Brewing X? Is that what it's called?
Brewery X, yeah.
Brewery X
Hard seltzer.
succulent sipper.
Yeah, there's it's kind of like a pineapple soda. And
Okay.
it's I mean like a
I would say
Fanta,
like
dude.
cool cactus or something like that.
I would say the whole succulent things like make you think of a cactus.
Yeah. So he saved me a couple of those, and then some Samuel Adams. I guess some like a holiday edition type of thing that I'll save them for next time. Pero yeah, these are the ones that I have for now, muchachos. So
Wow,
So this
sí,
episode was
un
sponsored by
whole
him, dude.
tasting ahí, eh?
a whole
Yes,
tasting,
yeah.
dude. Yeah, I never
Shout
had
out to
them, never
Carlos,
seen them.
dude.
Shout out to Carlos, dude. What you got, Romero? Wait. What you
Mhm.
got to drink? I do want to call out. You know, I do see that thing this thing, the beautiful jersey that you have in the back, and the beautiful
We don't
jersey
talk about
that you
sports,
are
dude.
wearing.
We don't talk about sports.
Oh, hold on, dude. Hold on.
No,
Just give
we
me
don't
my
talk
2
about
seconds,
sports,
dude.
dude.
Look at that beautiful
One,
jersey.
2, it's over.
That's it. Damn. Well, it is
Yeah.
beautiful, dude. I just want to call it out. Shout out to Romero for
But
representing.
are you talking about
Aguilas, dude. Yes, sir.
Again, we don't talk about sports, dude.
Okay, yeah. Enough. Enough.
Before
I
we
want
get
this
canceled,
same
no?
energy when Real Madrid beats Barcelona, eh?
Why would we?
Pues ya veremos. Cuando pase nos informas, pero as of last night,
Hmm,
Enough.
okay.
Enough.
as of last night,
I'm just saying,
cancel la
same
Copa
energy.
14.
A 14, dude.
Yeah.
Pero so I'm a little sick. I wasn't gonna drink, pero dije como que necesito algo, ¿ah? Agarré un mezcalito.
Dang, that shit is it like stupid cold, or is it just the way the
It's the
bottle is-
bottle.
Oh shit! I was gonna say,
Está,
damn.
está bien
Pero
muerto,
no-
¿no?
Sí, pero no se me acaba de acabar hace poco, pero sí, like usually we put this one in the freezer.
Oh shit.
Fuck, dude.
La mantenemos bien frita, pero so I ended up looking up a quick little recipe porque iba a ser un hot toddy. Are you guys familiar with the hot toddies?
No, dude.
So it's basically
Heard
like
about it, but I
it's like a
don't
tea.
know
You
what
make
it
a
is.
tea, you put whiskey.
Yeah, I heard of it now. Yeah.
So I looked it up, and as I was looking up for a hot toddy recipe,
Uh-huh.
I found a hibiscus hot toddy with mezcal.
Oh shit.
So I do have. Go ahead.
I like how you're like extra careful to like pronounce the second word right and shit. Like,
He didn't catch it, dude. But it's okay.
A hot
You
toddy,
had
not
it.
a thotty.
Yeah, thought he did.
No, pero mira, es
Damn, dude.
so cinnamon sticks, limón,
Canela.
miel,
Mhm.
the tea de hibiscus, and then dice que un shot, but I did a shot and a half of mezcal.
Okay.
Mhm.
Mm.
Dude,
So
you know what we should do next time, dude? Instead of the hibiscus one, dude, just fire it all, dude. Un sleepy tea.
oh hell no, dude.
Imagínate. Sleepy
I
tea.
don't make it to the end of the episode, dude.
For sure, dude. Definitely gotta try that,
Um,
dude. I don't think I've ever tried like alcohol while hot, or in this case, like
así
in a tea
caliente.
form. Yeah,
Mhm.
never.
Well,
You
I
never had it
mean,
with
like,
coffee?
No,
well, I was
dude.
gonna say is the ponche con piquete, dude.
Ponche con
Fuck.
piquete,
That's true. Fuck.
café.
I didn't think about that shit. That's true. That's true. Piquete. Va. So, this week le toca al señor Tanque tasting trials.
El
Ooh,
señor,
tasting
eh.
trials.
Sí, dude.
You
El
ready, Tank?
señorito, dude, ¿no? Yeah.
Vámonos. Loud ass music, boy.
Oh boy. So I've seen this recipe before, but this time I've got it from Izzy Drinks.
Mhm.
So it's pretty much rum chata and fireball, and they call it like the cinnamon toast crunch. So it's supposed to mimic like the milk que queda once you finish eating the cereal.
Shit. Yeah.
So I tried it before, and it's pretty good, dude. Like I
Pretty
think
fire.
I would give it like 8.5 maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
So you tried it already, Tank?
I gave it like a little try just to like
Mhm.
rate it. Porque pues dijeron que like under a minute, dude. So I tried my best, dude. Y tengo mi vasito perrón, dude, aquí de
Oh,
los White Sox.
Oh,
oh,
nice, nice.
2005, dude. I like that.
Because I'm looking at the guy doing the video. He does
What
a
the
heavy
fuck?
pour on both.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Right. So I only did I think it was like I want to say it was like 100 ml of each. And that was it. Like pero pues it
You
was
There's
you
a lot
still
of
legit
Samuel, eh?
measure the
Ah,
alcohol that
damn,
you
that's a
pour?
big ass
Yeah.
gulp too, dude.
Oh, dude, that he does that shit for a living. Like he fucking does it just like one chug. I'm like, God damn, no burping or nothing, dude.
sí, igualito que el otro vato, ¿no?
Oh, what's up, Rosita?
Sí, güey.
Welcome to the taste test. I'm gonna get something from him next time.
Oh,
Oh,
Va, muchachos, pues
va.
salud, ¿no?
saludcita, ¿no?
Salud.
Cheers.
So, Tank, let me ask you this. So, you tried it right now just to
Mhm.
give it a taste and a rating, or you tried it before, like today?
No, so I mixed it like ya es que tienen like the mixer like the cups y lo puse con hielo para que no se me empezara a derretir like in the drink. So like as soon as I poured it out, que estaba like recién like fresco y todo, like I took a little sip and that's when I tried it. So I barely tried it today.
Nice.
Originally I was gonna do another one that was like it was like the ronchata with the busball horchata, but I can't fucking find the busball horchata, dude. Like I've been to quite a few
Stores.
liquor stores. Yeah, hay de diferentes otros, but like I don't think eggnog would be like
Mm.
the same. So I was like, I remember this recipe, and I'm like, fuck it, let me try it.
Dude, and I'll be honest, there's a couple drinks, like because I've been watching a couple of recipes too, para cuando me toque a mí otra vez.
Bien nerviosillo, ¿no? Like,
Sí. Es que enfrente de Romero, dude, para que me la crea.
oh,
Pero yeah, there's a couple ones with buzzballs que I really want to try.
yeah.
So, but yeah, but anyway, pero cool. Would you say 8.5?
Yeah, I'll give it like an 8.5.
Okay.
Just because I already like
Is it because
both of
it's too
them
sweet?
already. So it is sweet. Like it's pretty sweet.
Mhm.
Pero te digo, like since I already like the fireball and I like the romchata, it's just like
Well,
I kind of figured I would like it together.
Mhm.
I gotta
Ojalá y
follow
no me
up.
dé chorro, güey, pero pues por
Damn.
ahorita vamos bien, dude.
I gotta follow up. If you had a bottle of, if there was a bottle of rum and there was a bottle of Fireball, would you drink the rum by itself or would you mix it?
Uh, I think I mean if I already had both bottles, I would probably mix it.
You would mix it. Okay.
Yeah, just because it gives it that little like extra flavor, the
Okay.
Mhm.
canela.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I never had rum chata.
No.
No.
It's pretty good, dude.
Yeah.
Like yeah, it's pretty good.
But by itself, it's pretty good, like on ice.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
think I
Okay.
had it by itself with ice. I don't think I've ever mixed it.
yeah. I've never mixed it before.
Yeah. It's first time mixing it for me
Pero
too.
now I'm thinking about mixing it con screwball.
I thought about that
Like
Ooh.
maybe.
Oh, screwball
because I
would
saw
be,
the
could be interesting.
I saw the screwball cup, and that's when I
Oh.
originally came up.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
dude.
That's probably what triggered me too. Yeah.
So like
You see
cuando
that
fui a,
marketing, dude?
cuando fui a
Mhm.
comprar the rum chata, apparently they have like different flavors now. They have like
A little
con,
Christmassy one, no?
yeah, the Christmassy one and like otro de coco. So
Oh,
yeah, I don't know how that would taste though.
Very nice.
No, dude, pero this shit right here, dude.
How is it, dude?
De
Because
que
you're
por
doing
sí,
pretty much tasting trials también, ¿no? Allá de tu lado, casi.
sort
sí,
of,
eh.
pero pues.
So hot toddy, dude.
So, how is it, dude? What would you rate that?
Está chingón, dude. I would say an 8.
Okay. pretty solid.
Y nomás porque I wish it was. I mean, la hice antes de venirme para acá abajo, pero I think if it was hot, as I expected it to be like a hot toddy, sí, like I think it would be even better. But I think, porque también the only thing that I used different from the recipe era de que decía que de agave syrup, I used honey.
Okay.
So, pero I mean, regardless, like I like hibiscus, I like tea, I like mezcal. It's like, who needs to, Robitussin, dude?
Hell yeah, dude. There's your remedy right there. Dude.
Shout out Robitussin, though, if you're listening. You know,
Yeah.
we often get sick of this podcast.
Pfizer, no? If you're listening también, no? Like,
Anyway. Speaking of Pfizer, no, have you guys gotten all your shots? Like the booster after booster.
Oh, the
I don't know how many
boosters?
boosters are there. Yeah.
I think we stopped at the second booster or something like that.
Yeah,
I think I did. I think I did 2. I didn't do the third
I
one.
did 3. I only did 3, and I was supposed to do the flu shot, right? So I'm sure a lot of people know que cuando me enfermo bien culero. So like I tend to get the flu shots, and I've noticed I still get sick, but not as sick. I wasn't able to make it to my appointment, so I canceled. And Chiquis got sick, so I have not gotten the flu shot. And ideally, I was supposed to get the flu shot and then wait like a few weeks, and then afterwards get the booster again.
Okay. I think I
Need
need
in my
the
head, right?
booster for sure. I don't know how many boosters are out there after because I did the what was it Moderna, Pfizer, and what was the other one?
Johnson and
Johnson?
Johnson.
So that was the first one that I got. So it was just one shot.
Si ya la habían cagado con el talco, dude, y luego sacaron.
Hey, dude.
So no.
Pues sí, más o menos. So I got that one. And
Porque
then,
salió el scare de Johnson and Johnson, ¿no? Like,
Yeah.
pero pues,
pues aquí sigo, dude.
yo sé, güey, o sea, por eso dije, o sea,
Es que that's just media warfare, dude. Que,
That's media
¿verdad?
warfare, dude.
Sí, sí, eh.
they were competing allá.
Sí, güey. And then I got the booster de Moderna. And
Uh-huh.
then I think the other booster is Pfizer, dude. So I'm here collecting all the rings, dude. For
Sí.
sure, dude. Fucking, that's the last one I need. But I am gonna get it. I think I'm gonna make it on a Saturday. I'm gonna get it because I do get sick the following day. Like I feel like shit the following day.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's
it's funny
just-
because last time I went to the doctor, me dijeron, they're like, oh, do you want it? Like, we got the new, like, booster, que no sé qué. And I was like, ah, cabrón, pues ni que fuera pinche, like, this mixtape, no? It's about to drop and shit. Like, puro fire.
Sí, güey.
El nuestro was whispering, ¿no? Like, para que nos
Sí,
citaran
güey.
a todos.
Y sí, eh.
Damn. Va, muchachos, pues ya, I know we didn't catch up about the weekend, but the most important thing, tenemos la 14, muchachos, again. Just it has to be said, muchachos. Enough.
Here,
That was on point, eh? From there, we
I'm
gotta make
home a dormir, you know.
No. Yeah, we're getting to our main topic, muchachos. Our topic today, it's a touchy one. I'd say it's a touchy one. And just to throw it out there, a quick disclaimer. This is just our opinions, right? And I really don't think I've ever talked to you guys about this specific topic, so I don't know where
I
you
don't
guys
think
stand.
so.
But even then, I just want to throw it out there. If I have a different opinion than you guys, I'm definitely gonna respect yours, and vice. It should be vice
Como,
versa.
como el vamos a agarrar a putazos, ¿no?
Sí, but today's topic it is pro life versus pro choice, or is it? I don't know if we spelled it, if we did it backwards.
Yes, yes, no, yeah,
I did it right. Okay.
yeah.
So pro life versus pro choice. Obviously, very touchy subject, right? Did you guys do?
Once again, como you say, Johnny Boy, for everybody that's listening, we understand we're four guys talking about this.
Right.
This is just our opinion. We don't want to make any more political or any more outside of this, right? It's just our opinion entre cuatro vatos en la peda, ¿no?
That's it. Nothing more.
Yep. And actually, I would actually put it out there. I don't know. This could potentially be a part one and then maybe a part two. If there's, I don't know. I know Chingonas have like briefly talked about it or any other from a women's perspective. Like
That'd be nice.
I'll
Yeah.
be open
Yeah.
to bringing them on or bringing anybody on who wants to talk from a different perspective, right? Because like you said, it's at the end of the day, it's our opinion, and it's just the four of us here. So
Please don't cancel
Alright.
us, no?
Say what?
Robertucin, we don't care where you stand on
Sí.
this topic.
Sí, dude. Pero pues flat out, dude. Yeah, let's get out there, dude. Yeah. Question is pro life or pro choice? And I'll start with you, Romero.
I am so glad that you're saying it right because when in the chat that it was like
It is pro life.
yeah, yes, no,
Okay.
but in the chat you were very confused where we had to change the wording for you to understand it. And I was like, ojalá que no digas the same wording, dude.
Okay, well, thankfully I didn't.
Lo pasado, pasado, ¿eh?
No me interesa, vamos.
Yes, pero ya aprendes, you know. See, there
Sí.
you go, dude.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate that, dude. So, Romero?
So it's we did all that pre-talk about like it's our opinion y todo porque it is a touchy subject. I would want to say like I blankly stand on pro-choice, right? Like, but there's a lot of factors that go into every situation where ultimately I think nobody should be forced to do with their bodies something that they don't want to do, right? Whether it's ethically or in the spectrum of religion, like if it's wrong or it's right. At the end of the day, like even through our we've heard like cada cabeza es un mundo. So when it comes down to those type of decisions, I think I would stand on the pro-choice. Like I can't see myself forcing somebody into especially also the climate, and I don't want to talk too much about it so you guys can also share your perspective, but we're not doing anything to fix the systems with adoption and child care and all of that. So it's like I cannot force somebody to want to bring somebody into this world when systematically it's like, okay, I'll bring them, but I'm not going to be able to care for that child, and now they go into a system that it's also not designed to eliminate itself. Right.
Yeah.
Whereas like you don't want kids just being out there wanting to get adopted. You want them all to have homes and loving, caring family, but that system is not designed to also disappear. It's designed to keep going. So
Yeah.
I'll leave it there and somebody can pick it up.
Good stuff, dude. Miguel?
I got you. So like I am very pro-choice. And what's it called? One of the things that Rome touched on, and obviously there's a lot of arguments, right? There's a lot of arguments about what people believe other people should do, and I just don't think that we can force anybody to bring a life and be responsible for a life that they don't want to or that they're not prepared for, right? Because you think of like kids, in high school, getting pregnant, right? You think of so many different situations, right? Where it comes from um like people get sexually assaulted, right? So there's so many different situations where it's understandable and I am nobody to judge anybody if they're like, you know what, I'm not prepared, or I don't want to keep it, or it wasn't planned, right? Um, like I'm nobody to judge or nobody to say anything. Uh, I think that a lot of people do use the argument, for example, like, oh, if you don't want them, put them up for adoption. Pero como dice Romero, like honestly, adoption is not what people think it may be, and I that's why I I understand where some people may try and come from. I just don't think the system is implied how we think it is, right? We're implied that, like, all right, a child goes into adoption and they get adopted, but honestly, sometimes they have. There's a lot of like really bad horror stories when it comes to adoption homes and all
Yeah,
those things. So
foster homes y todo.
yeah,
Mhm.
so it's tough, dude. It's tough. But
Okay.
yeah, when it comes to the line, I stand on pro-choice.
Pro-choice. Okay.
Yeah.
Tank.
I think también pro-choice. Same reasons. The adoption system is like, and I've known people that have come out of the throughout that system, and it's just like a very abusive situation that they're in, as far as like sometimes the foster parents nomás lo hacen por el dinero, de que like me están
Yeah.
pagando, like I'm not providing no care for them, I'm like whatever. I just want to receive, like mi cheque at the end of the whatever week, month, I don't know, whatever les paguen. Um, so I feel like, yeah, there is uh, a system that isn't optimal, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Um, y como dijo Miguel, like there's situations where, este, like where it's kind of like it could be a sexual assault, it could be something where like the girl was forced. Y pues también, I feel like making her or trying to force her to keep that, and that being um a reminder of her traumatic experience, pues también is not a mentally stable situation, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
um so yeah, I would probably también side with pro-choice.
Okay. Um, and I guess just to close it off with that same question that I had asked you guys, yeah, I pretty much stand for same reasons and obvious reasons. I'm pretty pro-choice about the whole situation. Um, and a lot of the stuff, I guess, I go based off of kind of like what Tank was. Everybody, well, all three of you guys were kind of just saying, depend. There's different situations, and some of the situations, yeah, it does involve, uh, uh, I guess, rape or any sexual whatever it might be, and yeah, it's traumatic, dude. I mean, I could only imagine being traumatic for the person, and then having to to deal with that trauma even afterwards, and then being pregnant and having to consistently be a reminder for them about that experience is obviously not mentally, like Miguel would say, it's not mentally okay, right? um, I do know that across the U.S. there are a couple states that allow abortion, and then obviously there's some that don't.
Right.
But some of them are banned. As I was doing a little bit of research, literally just now, because I cannot lie to Romero.
I see it.
Um,
Appreciate that.
yeah, abortion rates across the U.S. is some of them ban it after 12 to 13 weeks. So or like different time frames, right? There's some of them that just it's legal and they allow it. When the question that I have for you guys, when do you guys think is okay not to abort, or do you guys believe that it's okay to? I mean, it's a 9th month period, right? As far as
Mhm.
pregnancy wise, when do you guys think it's not okay to actually take or decide to abort?
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm not a doctor, dude, but
Right.
so
We know that.
I think when it comes to the point where it's already kind of taking a like almost like a life itself, right? Porque al principio, if you think about it, it's an embryo, right? It's an embryo. As it grows, like eventually it gets, like
Mhm.
body parts. Eventually it gets heartbeat.
See.
I know it's at a certain point where it starts, breathing on its own without the need of the mother, or like it's a little weird. It's tricking out, and I don't want to be wrong when I say this, but to me, I will let the experts kind of decide. But I would think maybe once it, man, I don't even know because I don't know at what point it even gets a heartbeat.
So okay, so that's what you're leaning towards too, though, like the heartbeat part.
Right, right. So like
Okay.
I know that's one of the big things where it's like, oh, if it has a heartbeat, like
It's a
yeah,
living. It's
it's a
living.
living, yeah, it's a living creature or sorry, not creature, living. That's it. I mean creature, no. Okay, see.
Living organism? I don't.
There you go, living organism. Thank you so much, Ron, dude. Um, at least that's what I would like to think. I would have to make my research and um
I got you, dude.
I see Ron's rating, so
I,
I think he's ready, dude.
you got something, Romero? Because I just
Well,
finished
I
with
was
it.
looking for a diagram that I can like show just based on like the fetal development, to
Okay.
to kind
Hmm.
of figure out, right? Because I was looking for that, like the
I
heartbeat.
saw that.
Um, I don't know if I have like a good enough graphic here, pero I mean, what
That's
based
true.
on what I'm seeing is like 2 months, meaning that is 8 weeks. Um, it's just kind of it's still like clumps of cells. And then after that, like the third month, like it starts taking shape, and I think at that point is when it does gain a heartbeat. But yeah, like I think because it is tough to think, right, that an
Yep.
abortion is like you're extracting now like a formed human,
Yeah.
not so yes, like I think from the moment the sooner the better. Now they have those like pregnancy tests off of the counter que te dicen like way before your missed period and all that stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things in place that can help you make that decision with enough time.
Hmm.
So yeah, like I would, because I said that I stand with the pro-choice. Like if you're gonna make that choice, definitely I would make it before the 8 weeks.
So, based off a little bit of research that I did, one of the articles here.
I like how you clarify that. We clearly get it today.
That, isn't
You're
that a good?
doing your research. I see
That's a
it.
good thing, no? You like that or
Hell
no?
yeah.
Yeah, should I keep
I
doing it or no?
literally see you doing the research, dude.
Got you, dude. Well, it's because Miguel had that question, and I obviously I didn't know about it, so I have to kind of do it
Get
in the spot.
informed.
It says it's the heart of an embryo starts beating at about week 5. And again, I'm just reading based off the
Oh,
article. I
okay.
might be wrong. So that's why it's a question that is
Yep.
asked, right? Like again, I'm pro-choice and all that stuff, and yes, you decide your body, your choice type of thing. But when is it not okay? Like us being pro-choice, when is it not okay to make that decision, or like when do you feel a little bit uncomfortable by making that? And that's a valid question, and it's a
Yeah, it
question
is.
where super valid, and it's a question where it might even be kind of like um because I asked because that's why I don't know how to explain it, because I know we're okay with it as long as you choose, you're choosing it, but you're not okay with it after a certain amount of weeks. You guys know what I'm trying to say, or maybe I'm fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not fucked up. I'm not saying we're not drunk, but I'm just saying am I not getting my point across? Dime, Tank, what do you think?
Pues I think también, same thing, like también no lo vayan a querer sacar ya de 11 meses y en pañales, ¿no? Porque,
No seas mamón.
no, but yeah, like, a little fucked up, ¿no? Pero,
See that? Yeah, that's a little dark humor, dude.
but yeah, like, I think there is a point and um, where you should make a choice, and I feel like if ya pasando eso, in a way, that's a choice of not going through an abortion. You know what I mean? Um, Porque pues, como dice Romero, like everything's there as far as like to know, like before your missed period y todo. Y pues, I mean, if you're out there wilding, boy, you should kind of like, so por eso también, like, I feel like there should be como dices, I don't know what the time frame is, porque dijera, amiga, no soy doctor tampoco, dude, but I think there should be a time frame where, like, and it's kind of hard deciding, y más, pues, tuviéramos un doctor aquí, nos hubiera dicho más acá.
More facts.
Sí, güey.
Pero también, o sea, when you say that, because now I'm thinking about it, right? Like if we are like, okay, we're pro-choice, like you make a
Exactly.
decision. It's like, who are we then to put a time frame on that?
Exactly. That's exactly where I was heading
Right.
with
So,
the thing. Yeah.
okay.
Well, I mean, I think this. I don't know. I still do feel like there's a difference though between, like, como dicen, like it's just that it's the embryo. He is like not fully formed.
Mm-hmm.
Y ya después, like, pues ya, because like I said, dude, también 8 meses, like, like, are you still gonna be pro-choice at that point? You know what I mean?
Pero somebody that's pro-life, right? Somebody that's pro-life, and I'm just putting myself in their shoes. Somebody that's pro-life has that valid question. So are you pro-choice or not? Because then you're giving them a time frame eventually, right? You're giving them a time frame of, okay, well, before, in this case, and that's a valid. I think Miguel's is valid answer where he says maybe before a heartbeat. So as I read, it was before the 5 weeks. But even if it was what's 5 weeks, so less than 2 months. But if it would have been 4 months, then by then you guys wouldn't have been okay with it.
Because I know that so like ahorita lo que estaba buscando, like I know in some places up to like 20 weeks or something like that. So like yeah,
Which
that's
is
a little
5
bit longer,
months.
right? That's roughly around like
About
4 to 5 months, yeah. And what's it called? So at that point it's like, um it's still legal, right? For you to do it at that point. And like obviously I don't know about this subject very well. So I asked Cassie, and then Cassie was like, you know what? He's like, like he's like, so she's super pro-choice, like super pro-choice, right? So
Mm-hmm.
she was like, you know what? Like honestly, like the whole time frame thing, it shouldn't really exist. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like,
She
it
wouldn't be down
varies.
to jump on, right?
Yeah. Uh, I could ask her.
Okay, ask her.
Uh,
In the meantime, muchachos ya saben, tengo mi primo ChatGPT.
Oh boy.
I did ask. All I asked was pro-life versus pro-choice. So the terms
Ni le
pro-life.
preguntaste bien, ¿no?
Sí le pregunté bien, ¿no?
Sí, le preguntaste bien.
Oh.
I don't know if it got the
You
answer
guys
that you
keep-
wanted.
You guys keep confusing me. Like I don't know if I'm doing it right or wrong. Because apparently I was doing it wrong before. But so just a quick thing. The terms pro-life, pro-choice are often used to describe opposing positions in the debate over abortion. Pro-life advocates believe in the sanctity of human life and argue that life begins at conception. They contend that abortion is morally and ethically wrong. ¿Qué pedo?
Es que
As it involves taking the life of an
the
unborn child.
sanctity, no supe qué era, güey.
Sanctity. Discúlpame. Pro-choice supporters emphasize a woman's right to make decisions about her own body, including the right to choose whether or not to have the abortion. They argue that access to safe and legal abortion is essential for women's productive rights and bodily autonomy. Which
so like
obviously that's what we talked about.
like I asked Cassie, I'm like, so why is it that like people say that as long as done before your first, in your first trimester,
Trimester. Mhm.
like me dice que like if it's done before like 20 weeks or 22 weeks, that it's a safe procedure. If it's done later, it's a dangerous procedure for the person that's receiving the abortion. That's kind of why, like, that's where the line was drawn, I guess.
Okay.
Because it's like, all right, at this point, it's like you're putting yourself at risk for proceeding with this abortion. um and that's why, like there's a lot of cases where women that are pregnant that do want to keep the baby. Ya ves que luego pasa where something happens. I'm not a doctor, but they have to decide baby or mom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because so I think it's one of those cases where it's like, well, they have to pick. But ahorita that we were kind of like Johnny Boy was doing a very good job at like, all right, let's kind of flip roles or like see from a different perspective, right? So we're all guys, right? Let's say we're all either dating somebody, with somebody, like I think it's a little bit different for like maybe Rome and Johnny Boy because yeah, they're like in a very 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 serious relationship. But let's say maybe even now, right? Like let's say you get your significant uh partner or your significant other pregnant, and they want to have an abortion, and they tell you like, you know what, I want to get an abortion, and you're like, should um our ideas or our like thoughts or for example que uno dijera no pues you know what, I would like to keep it, but que ellos te dijeran, you know what, like I don't care what you want, I don't want to
Right,
keep
from the
it.
standpoint of the guy you're saying, right?
Right.
Like,
Correct, yes.
mhm. Yeah, so you're saying like from the guy perspective, how much do we have? How much say do we have in
Right.
that decision, right? And I think ideally, in a perfect scenario, you have that conversation, you voice your opinion, you hear each other out. But I think in the midst of the moment, realistically, ultimately, it's shitty as it sounds for a guy that does want to have a baby. Um, I think and I fight that as I'm saying it is like it's her choice at the end of the day. Um, as much as like we don't want to and we want to be we want to have a say. Um, the role of the mother, whether it's traditionally or how it's just been instilled in us, because also the role of the mother is also a traditional role, right? Like sure, like the mother gives birth to the baby, the mom feeds the baby, with her breast or whatever, but ultimately, like that doesn't mean that the dad cannot play that role too, right? Like
I mean,
so,
maybe not breastfeed from the
not
breast, but that's
breastfeeding.
what I
Okay, there's
bottles, right?
I will tell you this though, when I ended up buying when I
The
think it
fake
was
poop.
when Emma was born, is like a little thing that you throw over your shoulder, and then
Uh,
you put the bottle in it, and then you
Oh,
feed the
okay.
baby. Because it was so much easier to be able to work carrying her like this, and like yes, she was feeding like through the bottle, as I was over here on the computer.
Ahí vienes al Romero
So,
tapándose, ¿no, güey? Para que no lo vieran.
para que no vieran my fake nipple.
Dude, I knew you were gonna say a joke, but I just saw that little grin. I was like, "Fuck."
It's just, I
You saw it coming.
like, en meetings, ¿no?
Ah,
Mhm.
no me vean, ¿no?
Volteándose de lado, ¿no? Oh, that's
uh,
hilarious.
I'm gonna turn off my camera. I'm gonna breastfeed. No,
Sí, güey.
Sí, güey.
Ah,
no,
fuck.
but yeah, it's tough. It's tough. That we kind of in a way as guys, like, I mean, there's a lot of shit that's not fair. Whether when we talk about gender roles,
Mhm.
um, and it's just one of those that it's unfortunate, but I don't think we have much say, or at least we shouldn't. We should be able to voice our opinion, but to have final say, I'm not sure that that's the right thing.
I think that's 100%. I think we all agree with that, right? We could
Yeah.
all say
yeah.
that he has like a point, because at the end of the day, like, yeah, we could voice our opinion and we could say, yeah, we want it, blah blah blah. But I mean, they got to carry it for 9 months, dude. I mean, they're the ones who are gonna suffer or maybe have a good practice, whatever it might be, whatever you know, um, uh, thing they're gonna experience. But I think that's pretty solid, dude. I think that's the way. That's the way for me. I don't know. I don't know how else to put it. I don't know.
And it's 9 months. Yeah, they carry the baby 9 months, but I mean, you're making a lifelong decision. Like I think one of the times that
Mhm.
that it hit me that I mean, I have 3 kids, yes, but at that point, like I only had Itzel, and I was at a client meeting with an LGBTQ organization, uh, and both myself and my business partner, we just had our kids are like a couple months apart, our first kids, and we were talking about kids because like, oh, how's the family? They were asking us, but like we just had our kids, and they were gay men, and they're like, I'm so proud of you, congrats, but I know that's something that doesn't work for my lifestyle. I can't commit. That's a lifelong commitment. You will
Mhm.
never longer be able to say you're not a dad. Whatever happens to your child, whether you know if you want to look at it this in a dark way, it's like your child could die, but you will always be a father. You will always be a parent. You would always be responsible for someone. And they're like, that's something I can't do. And that's when it hit me. It's like there's no going back. Like once you're somebody's parent, like there's no going back. Like you're responsible for somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, and then just as a, and I think I talk about this joke now, no, like, um, as far as with me, we're still thinking of having another kid, but we make that joke of like, man, pero pues la peda está bien rica, you know, like in this case where you know,
No estamos pasando la copa.
espérate, sí. Cheers to that, no? Cheers to that.
Ya me acabé mi drink, pero
Cheers
pues,
to. I 8.5, but it was
Esprime
a
el
10,
vaso,
no?
tanque.
huh? Let me go get something else to drink, dude.
I like that, dude. I like that commitment. Pero sí, like in this case, we make the joke, no? Que la peda está bien rica porque we have a 6-year-old that's going to be 7 next year, and then we have a 12-year-old that's going to be 13. So in a way, they're independent, you know. Like if they're hungry, they'll let us know. If I don't know, they're cold, they'll let us know. Whatever it is, they have their voice, and they'll let us know what they need. And a baby, that's like, damn, okay, like we gotta feed it, you know, we gotta go ahead and change the diaper, and it's. I don't want to. I know I sounded like it's a fucking
no, but it's
really
true.
isn't.
Like
It's not. I'm not saying it's a hassle. I'm just saying like we're so comfortable with the lifestyle that we have now
responsibilities that are not normal right now.
that we don't have.
I agree.
That we don't have.
You don't have, yeah.
And again, not to throw it out there, but we really do want to have another baby. Hopefully next year. Una nalgada. A ver si pega.
All right. So one more thing. Again, so
you're not a doctor, we know.
Correct. I'm not a doctor, but I've been involved in a lot of conversations throughout the time, right? Okay. Especially there's a small period of time in my life where I was like into politics, so there was a lot of these discussions, and I got to hear other people's perspective, right? When they would kind of like argue. So one of the big arguments were again, this is not what I think. This is what I would hear, and I just want to hear your opinions, and I want to see how you would respond to this, right?
Okay.
There would be some guys that would say that women having an abortion was the easy way out. When for a guy, if the woman wants to keep it, if the guy does not want to, he is still attached to that child for life, and he still has to pay like child support and everything for life, even though he did not want it. So I guess they were saying like, how is that fair, right? Now, to me, I think that like no matter what, as a guy, it's our responsibility to make sure that we use protective sex and everything because we know what could happen, right? It's a responsibility that we have to take. Como dijo Romero, to me, I agree 100% with Rome. Not everything is fair. There's some stuff that is fair, some stuff that's not fair, and it goes for both genders, right? And all genders, right? There's a lot of stuff that's fair. There's a lot of stuff that's not fair. And I just think it's one of those things that gets applied, like by morality or moral compass. I don't know how you say. Yes, thank you. So I just wanted to hear what you guys would, your thoughts are like regarding.
I mean, diría en este caso Miguel, I'm not a lawyer, dude, pero like, isn't it like not saying that that's something I would do, but isn't it where like a father could legally give up his parental right, like o sea, cuando nace el bebé. So it's like
I've heard people do that, or I've heard you can do that. I don't know the process, and I don't
right.
know.
So te digo, I'm not a lawyer, so no sé if that implies, yeah, like as far as like no child support, lo que fuera. Pero pues obviously, dude, there's a like it happens, you know, where it's like it's not like a guy, if that's your stance or whatever, they do it all the time. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think, Romero?
No, because I was gonna say, dude, like I mean, when you talk about parental rights, right? Like I think the father can at some point, you know, give up his parental rights, no longer consider a father. Um, but then also we have like y es como dije al principio, it's all very like case by case, and that's why it makes this topic so touchy, and because there's
Mm.
just so many variables. There's cases where you know the woman does get pregnant, but does not communicate the pregnancy until a year later after the kid is born, right? So you're sort
Kind
of
of like a one night stand type of thing. Like it was just a one
yeah,
night
one night
stand.
stand, whatever the situation is, like she goes off to her life, he goes on to his life. A year later, you find out that you have a kid, and
Yeah.
where does that put you? You never had a choice. You never had an opportunity to voice your opinion. And even then, maybe you did want that kid, right? Maybe you didn't want that relationship with the mom, or the mom didn't want a relationship with you. But it's like now you lost on that journey of you know childbirth and all those things. So that's where it gets kind of dicey and tricky if we start going the tank lawyer route.
Yeah, because there's a
Um,
lot of loops to it for sure.
mhm.
Okay.
And just for all the listeners, once again, this is Tank's lawyer opinion. We're just
No, I'm not a lawyer, dude.
Oh, you're not.
Bettercalltank.com.
You see,
Oh,
ooh.
el Romero ahorita, ¿no?
If you want to get ¿cómo se llama? Sent to jail for any little minor thing, no? Like, hit me up. Shoot me.
It's the whole opposite of Better Call Saul. You just send people instead of
Easy. I
helping
make
them
the
get out.
world a better place, dude.
There you go.
Okay. Well,
Johnny boy.
okay. Okay.
No,
We're the
go
last.
on.
You're the only one that could have not said anything regarding.
Es que I don't know, dude. I stand with is it because you asked is it fair? I don't know. I don't know. I never been put in that position, obviously, but it's just so touchy, dude. Like I don't know what I would do if I wanted to, like I don't know. No say, dude. No say. Like I'm lost for words in that question. It's a very super good question, dude, pero you threw me off guard porque pues obviously I wasn't expecting it type of thing.
As we talk about this, right, and talking from the opposite side in the way we
Male
think or what we
perspective?
stand. No, not
Like,
male perspective or female perspective. Just like I think the hardest argument or the more passionate arguments that I hear is religious based
right. Okay, I heard of that.
arguments.
Mm.
Um, so how do you like because that's the hard part. You're not just fighting or not fighting. You're not discussing from a standpoint of logic and science. You have to throw in
Religion.
religion and kind of arguing that point makes it difficult. So I was gonna say like what would be your counter to somebody giving you a religious perspective on all lives should be welcomed into this world from the moment of conception. It's considered a life. You both decided to do the act, so now kind of like be responsible because now you have you know a human being on the way.
Como
What you think,
ahorita,
Miguel?
I'm not a priest, pero, ¿no? No soy el papa, pero.
Sí, güey. What
A
you
ver,
think,
niño,
Miguel?
salte del escritorio. Ahorita hablamos.
Sí.
Sí, güey.
What you think, Miguel?
No, if you already sent, might as well send all the way, no? You didn't pinche-
Got it. All right. So for me, once again, I am not a super religious person. I do have some religious beliefs. I feel like my religious beliefs don't stand with for example, the church. Don't stand necessarily with a lot of things, right? So, for me, my argument is I respect all religions. Like everybody's entitled to their religion. I respect it. I just do not agree with having your religion push down uh laws or rules for other people to follow, because at that point you're forcing somebody your
Mhm.
religion, right? Just like a lot of people would not want another religion being forced on them. I feel like they should have the same respect to be like, you know what, my religion says I cannot get an abortion, so I won't get an abortion because that's what I believe. That's my moral compass. That's my religious belief. But at the same time, I can't go around telling people like, "Hey, you're gonna go to jail if you," or sorry, "You're gonna go to hell. You should go to jail." Like all this other stuff. Because at that point, you are forcing your religion onto somebody else, and like you wouldn't want the same thing. You like, I feel like a lot of those people don't want the government forcing themselves onto the people. For example, that sounds wrong, right? They don't want the government to making rules or laws about their humans or about their bodies, right? Or and like taking away
Mhm.
their whatever.
Yeah, what if like
Yeah,
the government all of a sudden said Sundays is a working day and on Tuesday is your day off? Like
right,
it goes
right. So
against really certain religious beliefs where Sunday is a day for
Church
the Lord's
or
Day or whatever.
Mhm.
correct,
Um,
and
mhm.
I think for the most part, institutions and government they tend to do a pretty okay-ish job with respecting other people's religious beliefs. Like if you have a religious holiday that doesn't fall on a federal holiday, you still get that day off, right? And they allow the practice of your religion. I
Yep.
feel like you should have that same respect.
Okay. You want to comment? You want to check on that, Tank? Anything you want to comment on that?
Um,
From a lawyer
I,
perspective.
Yeah, yeah.
no, from a non-priest perspective, dude. Este, I don't know because I think it goes back to your moral compass, where it's like for example, like I think like my mom, like she's super religious, like super
Mhm.
into like being Catholic, but I feel like at the same time, um like we mentioned before, if there's like sexual assault, if there's like when it's like, oh well, like you're not ready to take care of this child and like you're not ready to financially provide for him, like I feel like and I feel like I've heard her before kind of
Mhm.
like been like, oh well, like there is options out there, not necessarily adoption, but just like as far as like
Mhm.
being like abortions or lo que fuera. So I think at the end of the day it is um como dijo Miguel, like it's something far more than religion because
I agree. Yep.
like el priest isn't going to be there helping you take care of this baby, like, so it's like why does he have a say in what you should do about this situation? Okay, no se metan en mi. Nah, I'm just saying.
So
But
what do
yeah,
take for pulpwood or what do?
Yeah, dude. I think for sure he's a priest, dude. 100%.
dude,
Priest and a lawyer.
A lawyer
puras,
priest.
puras pinches, como hataris or como?
El Romero, dude.
Hot toddies, dude.
Oh, taris, dude. My bad,
Toddies.
dude.
Ya se le va a acabar. Dude.
Sí, güey. A mí me gustan las otras, las taris, pero
Damn, dude.
pero taris también. I guess they're good too.
I got a question for you guys.
Mhm.
Not to mention names or anything, obviously, right? Everything
Oh,
stays anonymous.
el Jonathan, ¿no?
See, have you guys known anybody who's had an abortion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And after that abortion, has their life been as normal? Like, has been normal? Um has it been okay? I guess I don't know because I feel like even having abortion is
Mhm.
one of those things that, I mean, it's a little bit traumatizing,
Traumatic. Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So has the person or the people that you guys know has they had like an okay life? Like they don't regret it? I don't know if you guys know that, if they regret it or anything like that.
I feel like both. Like I've known people that have done it and don't. It's just like like they reflect on it, but at the end of the day, they're like, oh, like I'm glad I made that situation or that
Decision.
decision,
Mm-hmm.
porque like at that time I was in this place in my life and I was in this place and I
Okay.
knew it wasn't gonna like it wasn't gonna be something good. It wasn't
Okay.
gonna come out of it. Um, and I've known people that can like have gone through it. Y haz de cuenta que it's similar to a miscarriage where it's like even though they made the decision to like go through it,
Yeah.
it's still, como dices, it's still a traumatic experience, porque
Yeah.
pues quieras o no, like they still feel like it was a part of them.
Mhm.
And it's just because of one reason or another, like it wasn't just the right time or the right situation to be in.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. And I'm just throwing it out there again. I'm assuming you guys are talking about the same person, Miguel and Tank.
I don't
No,
think so.
I don't think
No.
so. No.
Okay. Okay. So in this case, Miguel, is there something where he or she, well, she regrets it? He or she, no? Hey,
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 hey, hey,
nowadays,
hey, 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 hey. Yeah,
technology,
I
Right?
agree. I
Technology.
agree. The
science.
¿Ella se arrepiente?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, exactly. Hey,
they them, dude.
Sí, 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 dude. No, honestly, yeah. All serious talk, dude. Like, se arrepienten,
um,
se arrepienten.
so I've met a few people that have done it, right? Like some people I did not know them during when it happened. Um, like what's called some people were they opened up. We were in a group discussion and they opened up about it. And como dice Tanque, I got to hear people talk about how much of a traumatic experience it is.
Mm-hmm.
And there's people that like me decían how traumatic it is even to get to the building because there's constant
Mm,
protesters outside. There's constantly like people yelling at them and stuff like that. They're like, so you already feel bad, right? Like so by the time you get in there, like ya cuando sales, you're vulnerable. You're in a vulnerable state. Sales y
Mm-hmm.
otra vez, you're getting yelled at, you're getting everything. So they're like, it's a very traumatic experience, and it's not something easy to go through. And then afterwards, you still have your body still has to recover from it,
Right.
right? So, and at the same time, like it's like your body, and at the same time, it's like you deal with the whole like, did I do the right decision?
Mm-hmm.
Am I a bad person for doing this? Like I know I'm not the right time to have a child and I don't want to have a child currently. So I know my decision was right. I just still feel like I'm a bad person for doing it, right?
Right.
So I got to see and hear people, que decían eso. And there's people that I guess um maybe not get over things easier, but como que they're a lot tougher, right? At, at least that's how it seems to the outer world. I don't know. I don't know how they were, in themselves, but I know that at least I've heard a myth. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but I've heard if you have a lot of abortions, that it does mess with your body.
I
I
heard
was
that
gonna
too.
say that. Yeah.
Like I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'll let Tank the lawyer and the Pope decide if that's correct.
Okay.
But yeah,
And again, I'm asking these questions because we're talking about pro-life, pro-choice,
correct.
right?
Yes,
And
yep.
and this is
Yeah.
another side of the coin, dude. This is another side of the coin because even though I'm for pro-choice and I'll say pro-choice and pro-life, no. Even though I'm for pro-choice, I don't know where I
Vamos,
stand,
no.
no.
Sí.
Sí, ya, de repente ya me cambió la. No, no, no. Like even though I'm pro-choice, I know there's consequences mentally as
Yeah.
far as like you taking a decision. And maybe Tank said that he knows both sides of the of the worlds where yeah, no, it's like yeah, they're going on with their life. Everything's okay, but
Mm,
Miga says that yeah, it's traumatic. So I'm sure there's a lot of those también. And again, that's why I asked that question. Pero Romero, as far as what you know and what the person that or the people, I don't know how many people you know. Um, is it something they regret or is it something that they're okay with
yeah.
the decision and they live with it?
No, and my inclination was to answer like, oh yeah, unfortunately, it's a few, right? But then again, it's like, why did my reaction was to say, unfortunately, it's been more than one.
right.
Um, like because and I guess because it's not an easy decision to make. And I don't think that they carry that weight visibly, but I think it is something that they do think about from time to time. I see them, go about their lives, and I mean, obviously, like at this point, because most of them happened when they were pretty young. So, like Mika said, it was not the right time. It was a hard decision, but ultimately it was the best decision,
Okay.
right? So I don't think there's any regrets for some cases. Some cases, I mean, if we're talking about teen pregnancies and things like that, it's like a lot of times, no matter what you thought you wanted and anything, like you're a teen, and I don't even know the logistics behind it or the laws behind it. Like, can your parents force you into that decision, right? Even if because we think our parents are as somebody that are that are religious and have these beliefs, and like they might be anti-abortion, um but I'm like, there's cases where even the I guess the mother in this case, or the one carrying a child, does not even have a choice in the sense of wanting to keep it or having that abortion. So
Mhm.
when we think about pro-choice, it's usually like they're not allowing me to have an abortion. But no, it's literally about the choice. Like, I don't have the choice to make.
Correct.
Uh,
Yeah.
so there's different cases, again, going back to the case by case scenario. Um, pero I mean, ultimately, at least the people that I know, they are okay, and they're
Okay.
okay with that decision. Um,
Mhm.
so and maybe that is why also, like, my view on things are different, right? Because I don't see any regret, or I don't see any um conversations that lead to, like, I shouldn't have done that.
Okay.
And I think even if there is, because there might be some, right? Like I think as humans, we tend to do that, right?
Hmm.
Like you'll see people that que se han casado, and they start questioning should they have gotten married, if they moved to another country, should they have moved? Like we tend to always question our own decisions. So I think even if it comes down to it, it's tough, right? To be like, is it this or is it that? But I think Rome hit a very, very important key
Yeah.
where we're not saying we are pro-abortion, we're saying we're pro-choice. Like it's in the end of the day, what we
Choice.
want
Being able to
is
have the choice.
for
Yeah.
for that person to be able to have that choice. Let
Right.
let her have that choice
Mhm.
whether she wants to keep it or not, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of where we all stand, right?
Yeah.
Correct, lawyer?
And like ahorita que you made that point, like, you know, according to Artículo 4, sección 7, dude. Um, no, like I feel like a lot of the times people who are pro-life believe that because you're pro-choice, that means you're like, oh, like pinche, ¿cómo se llama? Esta Oprah Winfrey, you get an abortion, you get an abortion. Like it's just
You get an
the
abortion.
fact that like
Yeah.
it to supone que we have that freedom, or they have that freedom to choose and make a decision. It's not saying like, oh, like fucking 10 out of 10 times te vamos a decir, yeah, get that abortion. It's just literally like it's up to you, you know. And I feel like, yeah, I think that's a misconception that a lot of times people who are pro-life do have.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
Saca tu martillito, dude. He dicho.
Caso cerrado.
Y, güey, como,
You got promoted, though. You got promoted to a judge now,
y
ves?
sí,
Shit. Damn, dude.
Sheesh, dude.
Tres cosas, güey.
Y gastándome tanto año en la pinche escuela, güey, y aquí un
Sí.
ratito, güey.
En una hora, güey, no mames.
Sí, güey.
We got promoted all the time, dude.
Y
Every
nada
30
más
minutes.
ya nada más falta de diputado, ¿no? Para
Pues las últimas letras de esa palabra ya las tienes ganadas.
Damn, dude.
God damn, dude.
Jesus. Eh?
A ver,
Free bullying zone.
escuchen ¿qué dice el público? Chill
Oh,
Session Part 2, ¿o cuál era esa?
yeah, show session part 2.
Las cosas se ponen candentes, ¿eh?
Y sí, dude. Como
I
a
gotta-
little alcohol makes you just say shit, dude. Like,
It does happen, dude.
y sí,
It does happen. Va, muchachos, pues we have reached our hour mark. any final thoughts, any final comments, everything's welcome. And I'm gonna throw it out there. I would love to hear a girl's perspective, a woman's perspective on the situation.
Yeah.
Because, and again, whether you stand either pro-life or pro-choice or whatever it might be, it doesn't matter. I would just like to hear. And I'm not here to debate anybody. I don't think we're here to debate on anything, even if they're opposing.
Yeah, it's not a debate. It's just to listen.
Just to listen and just to hear and maybe
just tell you that you're wrong, no? Like,
también, dude, también. Pero just to hear on their perspective, because at the end of the day, you know, we're males and we have this perspective. Pero, you know, I believe a female's point of view is way, way, way more advanced or more legit than what we could obviously think of or offer. So if there's anybody out there that would like to come on just to throw some insight, whatever it might be, pro-life, pro-choice, whatever it might be, definitely let us know, dude. That'd be pretty cool.
Just be kind to us because we're a little dumb sick sometimes. So.
That's no like
this like, look how far it got in just one episode. You know?
Sí, no, ya. Me voy a dormir creyéndomela, ¿no?
Oigan, muchachos, do we still have life stuff's question? Is the audio?
Life's tough questions.
Audio.
Do we have that, Miguel?
The sad,
the sad one, the really sad one,
sad one,
depressing one. I have a question for you guys. Improvise, dude. Improvise.
Oh, sí,
shot.
Okay, fine, yeah.
And this is a group question, eh? So
it wasn't just sad one or two, dude. That's why.
It's a group project, so you guys are
it's a group project.
You guys are one of
I used to never work on these, so I was just get by, no?
Es cosa seria, eh? So you guys got to take it serious, for real.
Estás hablando con un lawyer, dude, eh?
That's what I'm saying, dude. ¿Por qué los pájaros carpinteros no venden muebles? This is a solid question.
¡Ajá, se mamó!
It's a valid question.
¿Dónde estaban esas preguntas before we cancel the segment?
Hey, it's a valid. It's cosa seria. I don't understand. Like, what's up with the laughter? Come on. It's a group project, so you guys more than welcome to answer all at once or whatever you guys want.
All right, ask the question one more time, please.
¿Por qué los pájaros carpinteros no venden muebles?
Wait, do you have the answer with you? Or?
Es que
no, dude, it's I have
quiero
the question.
Pensar. Yo quiero pensar.
Cosa seria, ¿eh? Cosa seria.
Sí, Miguel Tanque, por favor, corríjanme en la teoría que he explorado basada en research de HTTP, yahoo.com en
MSN, ¿no?
Sí.
Es que, ¿cómo va a poder vender muebles si se pasa clavando? Digo
Damn.
yo.
That's tough to beat, dude.
Eventually acaba de clavar y hace el mueble, ¿no?
Pero no tiene tiempo de andar vendiendo, ¿dura poco? Lo ves en el tianguis al cabrón. No, él está en Chile, güey, haciendo su trabajo.
Haciendo los muebles, ¿no?
¿Sí?
Está clavando sus hot toddies, ¿no?
Do you guys want to add to that, Tanker Miguel?
Not really, dude.
Damn, dude.
I'll just piggyback out of that, dude. Like,
I guess he was right, ¿no?
es que no tiene un LLC, dude, y por eso no tiene el permiso todavía para vender. So.
Es igual a lawyer right there, dude. Lawyer right there.
Sí. LLC, dude. What do you think, Miguel?
Dude.
Acabas de decir que deja de clavar, right?
Eventually tiene que dejar de clavar.
Okay.
Y pues, maybe no tiene marketing, dude.
Maybe.
No tiene marketing para vender. Pues.
Es que Romero ya le ganó el domain, dude, por eso.
Yo ya compré mueblespicudos.com.
Okay. It makes sense, dude.
Wait, is there an answer or like...
It's an open answer. There's no wrong, but you guys are wrong, no?
Es por qué, ¿no? No, that's it. Just something improvised, too. It wasn't expected and it wasn't planned, so We threw it out there.
Bien, bien, bien. I like that. Pero Miguel,
Romero
this
se va
week
bien
you're
feliz a
up
dormir hoy, ¿no?
So proud of the episode, ¿no?
Sí. Proud of you guys, yes.
Esos muchachos se le están poniendo esfuerzo, ¿no?
Pinche regalito navideño, porque
No,
this is the
regalito
episode before.
navideño la 14. Ese es un pinche regalito. Vive la América. La neta.
Cierto, muy cierto. Pero Miguel, hablando de regalitos, you're up this week for historical happy hour facts, dude. Are you ready?
After the woodpecker, dude, I think I am, dude.
Vamos.
So one of my favorite drinks is the old fashioned, right? And I think I've said it multiple times during the episode. So I kind of wanted to look into where was the old fashioned first made and cuando, ¿verdad? Like how did it get its name? So it was in the 1806.
Imagino que cuando lo inventaron, it was called new fashion.
Ooh.
Or just
Actually,
the fashion, no?
it's very interesting, right? So in 1806, that's when they started doing mixology, right? So they start adding like sugar and like what's called agave and bitters and that kind of stuff. So
Mhm.
back then they used to do it with all kinds of like alcohol. They used to do it with rye whiskey, they used to do it with mezcal, you know, they used to like they would just mix sugar and what's called alcohol and bitters, right? That's what they would do. So then eventually they started doing more mixology, adding like curacao and like all these other liqueurs. So it got its name because people would go up to the bartenders and they would ask them, let me get they would call it a bourbon mix, but an old fashioned. So that meant back to its roots, back to sugar, back to water, which
The
it's
bitters
simple
and
syrup now, the bitters and the bourbon. So back then it used to be with rye whiskey actually too.
Oh,
So
shit.
that's where it's got its name. And there's a little bit of a battle of where it comes from. Some people say it comes from Chicago. Some people say it comes from Louisville.
really.
Oh, shit.
And what's it called? So Louisville was the one that adopted it as its official alcohol or official drink.
Mhm.
Yep. So Louisville, Kentucky is the one that they say it came from them, but
There's a
some
potential that it could come from Chicago.
that come from Chicago, correct?
Very nice, dude.
We'll just
We're just
believe
gonna
that.
go. Yeah, I
Just
was gonna
believe
say
that,
we'll
no?
just believe that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Coming soon, old fashioned, started in Chicago.com.
Dude, that's a good fact, dude. I like that. I like that.
Con un link a furniture clavados, ¿o cómo? Because
God damn.
Algo así dijo el güey, ¿no? Friendshippicoros.com. Algo así, ya.
Te clavo el clavo.com, ¿no?
Damn. Jesus Christ. Bueno, muchachos, this does conclude episode 105, season 3 of Todos Toman podcast, muchachos. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe. And all links can be found at todostomanpodcast.com. Salud, and whatever you guys have in.
Instagram, Facebook group at Todos Toman Pod. Social medias. Pero pues sí, ya con eso salud, ya lo que ya no ahora
tengo.
sí is the first time that I've run out of drink. I don't have anything.
Damn, dude.
Ya ni el tanque, dude.
I went to go.
Yeah, he refilled.
Topo Chico, dude.
That's fucked up.
Me puedo echar un shot chiquito.
Un half a shot, ¿no? A shot and a half.
Romero ahorita anda bien orgulloso de nosotros, ¿eh?
Por eso, dude.
Para celebrar, ¿no?
Pues sí,
This doesn't happen often, no?
sí, dude. I want to keep going with this podcast, no? We're going places.
Ahora sí, aquí está medio shot. Salud, muchachos.
Cheers. Ya no tengo, pero cheers.
Y la ching.
I thought you were proud, dude. I guess not.
I guess we're back to square one.